college football is in shambles. The head coach at Boston College just walked away yesterday and became the D coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. We've already seen your mentor and coach, Nick Saban, walk away. Jim Harbaugh walked out, said, screw this. I got suspended twice. I'm going back to the league. And I think we're going to see a lot more this year still before the season's done, leave and go to the NFL if they can. What's going on in college football? Is it in shambles? Is it even fixable?
Well, it's crazy right now, right? Because you see guys like Nick Saban, we knew that was going to come to the end. Hell, like my guy said the other day, Jalen said, well, he's 28 years or 27 years away from being 100, right? We get that. But when you see guys like Kirby Smart, that's a young coach. I mean, I guess a young but medium, I don't know, coach. That's taking interviews for the NFL, and he got the best situation it is right now. He's the guy that Nick is passing a torch to. When I mean, like, his whole coaching staff, his whole coaching style, his, everything that he's taught him, he's been the one that's been his most successful guy. And you see guys from, Boston College, the older guys that's been dogs. And I think what you were just saying, JB, it was like, man, it's not enough Chiefs. Or you were saying there was too many Chiefs. But I think for real, the situation is now we got too many Indians and not a Chief. And what I mean by that is, like, if we got a whole bunch of role player guys, a whole bunch of role guys that's on a coaching staff who don't know how to be the chief or has never been taught to be the chief, never been in a situation to be the chief. Like, what are coaching, what are we teaching these kids? And I talk to these parents all the time, man, and these little league coaches. And I give them an example because I learned how it's one thing to change my whole coaching style when I was coaching my son at an early age. I was just telling him, hey, you got to run up that way and run this way and, run this. And my coach stopped me. Well, my teammate, but he's my trainer, Mike McCoy. He trained a lot of these guys. And he stopped me in my tracks. He's like, hey, man, he's not getting it because you're telling him. You're not showing him. You're not walking through with him. Think about how many times we walk through. Think about how many times we have a slow period before we go fast. And so we got a whole bunch of guys that, don't realize, like, hey, some of these folks got to be catered to and nurtured the right way. Even in the NFL, JB, Smitty, y'all know this, like, we go slow before every fast period, every play that we're going to run. You get what I'm saying? So we can have it on point and we meet about that. And then we'll go back outside and run it fast and all this other stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole process of it. But I think it's not catered to college football no more, to where, like, the integrity of the game is showing these guys how to become a pro. Yeah. And that's on every level. And that's why I respect Coach Saban like I do, because people don't realize what a real dynasty is. That dynasty, what Nick built over there, is putting out players. Yeah, we get that. Winning championships, yeah, we get that. But putting out coaches to make them better. Putting out coaches to, go somewhere like, Nick can't really develop a real son or a mentor relationship with somebody over a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, or have that relationship vibe to where I can make sure I can tell you what you need to know. And you're going to hear it and take it the right way and process it, other than getting in your feelings and say, well, shoot, I got the pedigree now and I can just go somewhere else. And you jumping out there early, and now you jump out there and you get in a situation to where you really lost because you haven't spent enough time there. You haven't been able to develop. Like, I couldn't be a man that I am today if I didn't come up underneath my mom and my grandma, right? Like I had spent years underneath them. Coach JB, you spent years underneath somebody before you became a head coach or offense coordinator. Smitty, we played ball for the longest. JB, we played ball for the longest before we became a college athletes or a pro. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all a process. It's so steps. Yeah, I just think, bro, like, we're suffering with that, and it's like, why Jim Harbaugh? Like, why would I stay in college football if y'all trying to rope me off and blackball me, and I could just go to the NFL and do the same shit the legal way? Since y'all quote unquote try to rope me off for a hamburger, well, that's crazy.
Hey, T-Ray, I was just saying that to Smitty because I said Smitty was like talking about how the young coaches are coming in, and I was like, they're missing something though. They're missing the mentor of the guy. Nick Saban had the GA as a youngster and go grind and learn how to put a book together and learn how to go. Now we're throwing cats in the fire. Like, here, you the head coach, dog, go do it. Like, these cats have no clue what to do. Like, it's like the blind leading the blind at the end of the day. And I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. To your point, I don't know if we can. I don't know who's teaching these cats. And so
what are we doing for our kids though? Like, what are we like? We send these guys to the NFL, and we send them to some pro guys, and you know how pro guys are, right? JB, Big Smitty, like shit. You should already know how to be in a 3-point stance. You should already know how to, fight off the pass block. You should already know your snap. Like, okay, let's talk about the center from Alabama, who quote unquote just got in the transfer portal after having one of the most terrible games. And I'm not the guy to point out people, but having one of the worst games of his career, and you get in the transfer portal. I don't know why he got in the transfer portal. I don't know, was it, hey, he couldn't come back, or hey, he was in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Right. But instead of biting that bullet and say, you know what, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show the world what I'm supposed to be doing here, or what I can do here, what I can achieve here. You jump in the transfer portal and you go to a school that's just as big, and you think you fit to go there and not stink like you haven't been stinking already. Like, stink follow you no matter what. And I learned that. I learned that in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be interesting. Like, and T-Rich, that dude could come back, play, screw up a snap next year in a playoff, and everybody's gonna say you should have transferred. But guess what? Guess what though? So what? That's life. That's how it works. That's what it is. You had the balls though to come back and re-snap that football, and that is gonna get you somewhere bigger in life down the line. You played in 2 playoff games and you screwed up, but it is what it is. We didn't run from it though. See, back in the day, we stayed there and faced the adversity. Nowadays, cats are so quick to run from the adversity because of social media, because of the phone and the peer pressure that these cats face, which is at an all-time high. And I agree with Doc Mendoza in the chat that said, like, Smitty played for a hard-nosed dude. T-Rich played for a hard-nosed dude. And now you guys are reiterating those sentiments. Like, Big Smitty came to start the shows. We talking about these NBA players, T-Rich, like, these cats are bitching and moaning about playing 65 games. And Smitty was like, hell no, that's what sports is. You're supposed to play the game. So, like, to Doc's point, Smitty played for an old school cat. Like, a lot of guys played for me. Jermaine Johnson played the Pro Bowl yesterday. He wrote a big old thing about me saying, you crazy, talk crazy to me, but I get it now. Like, he's like, I get it now, though, and I can't thank you enough for bringing me to the middle of shithole Kansas and fucking ball. Like, those are the things that people remember, though. Not like it was easy and you catered me, walked me to class, and you walked me through the process. Like, nobody cares about that no more, and they don't even respect those guys no more. So, I don't know. I think it's very interesting, to say the least.
Bro, that's perfect because, like, my situation in high school, I didn't play my first 2 years. I couldn't walk for 2 years. So they fired my coach that we had, got us another coach in there, and the coach that they got in there was the coach for Emmitt Smith and Derrick Brooks. And so when he first got there, first day, right, I'm sitting on the breezeway. I'm cool with it. It's me and a little, the girl I was dating at the time on the breezeway. I'm sitting down, the bell, just rung, football practice starting about 45 minutes, we chilling for a second. And this white guy come in there and say, tell Trent to get his black ass in here. Huh? Who you talking to, bro? Like, hold on.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, I don't even know you. Like, who? Like, and he's an older guy, so it's like, whoa, bro, like, what you got going on? And so, I'm talking to my coach, my track coach, which is my receiver coach, Coach Boyd. I'm like, man, what's up, coach? Like, what's up with this dude? He's like, hey, he know what he's doing. Listen to what he's saying, not how he's saying it. I'm telling you, he's gonna be the best coach for you. That man sat me out the whole spring at running back and had me play safety. I killed this safety, but I played 2 snaps of running back and scored 2 plays. And I looked at him and I said, Coach, you still don't want me to play running back? He said, you deserve it. You got it. He said, but I had to teach you something. And man, I probably got cussed every day. And it wasn't intentionally at me, but it was making me mentally strong to where when I got to Alabama or when I was working out of Alabama, going through those 110s and those 4-quarter programs that we had, man, that shit was a cakewalk to me. Like it was like mentally, I was way ahead of everybody. Like I remember guys. I don't know if my guy gonna get mad at me, right? On my brother. So Mark Ingram, right? His freshman year, I think it was freshman or sophomore year, whoever it was. We down there running 110s, and Mark was I think we got down to like 28. Mark was sitting there crying, and that damn Terry Jones say, "Ain't nobody tell you to bring your black ass down to this damn house, boy. You take your ass back to Flint with that." So Mark, he's an emotional person, and if you know Mark, he's all into it, and he was just sitting over there whining and crying. And you could take your ass back to that cold with all that. And I tell you, bring your ass down here to this hots. I mean, but like mentally, like I was ahead of Mark, like, and I was a year after him in school, but like I'm looking at Mark like, bro, look, come on, let's go. Like this is your year. They're like, come on, this is what we got to do. But mentally, he was tapped out, and so, but he had to be taught that from a different way of life, because when you got somebody just going to sit there that's going to cater to you, or sit there that's going to tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear, it really messes you up, bro. Like I never sugarcoat anything with my kids, bro. Like I try my hardest to make sure that they know that they got to be responsible for the stuff that I can't handle for them. And the stuff that I can handle for y'all get used to it and learn it to where y'all take it to the next level and do it way better than I did.
Hey, T-Rich, before I let you go, and I appreciate you driving, so I don't want to you got to be safe.
You got kids in the back, everything.
T-Rich, you hear me? We lose him? You hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, so before I let you go real quick, everything you just said can't happen no more, because not you, but let's just say T-Rich 2.0, 2024 T-Rich, you say, bring your ass over here, blah, blah, blah. First of all, the coach is fired. Second of all, you transferring.
Yeah.
So, you transferring too, because you don't want that first time meeting you and he says, bring your ass over here. Like, that's me in a nutshell. That's how I coach. And guess what? The kids recognize real. And they said, oh, he a real one. He just talking that shit to get me go. But nowadays, cats will transfer. The coach will be fired. We'll have all those type of things. So